Big Mouth K-Drama Episode 16 Recap and Review. Big Mouth Episode 16 starts at the mayoral election with Dooha and Chang-ho going up against each other. As they start to introduce themselves, Miho and Jerry make their way to the fish factory and break into the compound without a care in the world. Obviously, a fight ensues, and they catch the man in charge of the fish farm. Meanwhile, Chang-ho realizes that the debate is also rigged. Miho, not kidding around, threatens the man in charge with water from the farm and tells him to spill the beans. Meanwhile, Dooha brings up the cryptocurrency case and asks Chang-ho whether he will drop out of the election race if the claim is proven to be true. There's a sparkle in his eyes, and we all know what that means. Behind the scenes of the debate, though, Chebong is worried sick about the fish farm getting caught in this headache and rushes out to find a way to stop the infiltrators from causing more damage. At the debate, Chang-ho doesn't stop himself from bringing out the most uncomfortable things to make Dooha squirm in his seat, even bringing up NF9 and his grandfather. Dooha looks uncomfortable and upset and looks like he needs a moment to regain his composure. Meanwhile, Miho and the team get the in-charge's confession on tape, and he essentially tells them everything about the fish, the water, the radiation, as well as the money that NK Chemicals pays them. Furthermore, they gather anything and everything from the farm that can be used as evidence. After getting everything, Miho decides to take the evidence to the TV station. However, they have trouble coming their way, and Chunsik advises Jerry and Miho to get out while they stop the others. Chebong follows them, and Doojoon decides to call the police while Suntae gets all the information as well, promising to take care of everything. When Miho's car gets intercepted on the road, Chebong thinks that they are done for. Unfortunately for them, they get a police escort and are taken away on a priority basis, much to the bad guy's heartbreak. After this is over, Miho gets a call from her dad and, in an emotional moment, tells her unsuspecting father that she is really happy. After the call, Ji Guang and Suntae find the cryptocurrency scammer to be on the citizens panel, and Suntae assures him that they have a card up their own sleeves. As the citizens start to question the candidates, the scammer goes up first and starts talking to and accusing Chang-ho. It gets awkward quite fast, with Chang-ho not able to say anything in return. That's when Miho rushes into the room and tells everyone that she is there as a victim of NK Chemicals' radiation leak and not as a candidate's wife. Both Chang-ho and Ji Guang are left shocked at the horrible revelation, but Miho doesn't stop telling everyone the truth behind NK Chemicals and its illegal practices. When they play the video, however, is when everyone is left truly shocked. That's evidence you cannot refute. As Miho leaves Dooha with a very difficult question, he tells everyone that the police should look into this debacle and get to the truth. Once the debate is over, Dooha tells a tensed Juhi that he will handle everything while a frantic Chang-ho rushes out to meet his wife. At Chang-ho's old law office, Miho and Chang-ho have an emotional conversation about, well, her illness and spend the rest of the time they have together. The next day, Dooha gets called to the prosecutor's office and is interrogated by Jungrak. Dooha is as bashful as ever, and both Jihoon and Chang-ho are frustrated. However, Chang-ho knows that the trap that they need to focus on is Juhi. However, she refuses to suspect her husband and instead says that it's all Chairman Kong and her fault and that if anyone should be punished, it's her. Chang-ho, however, has other plans. In the car, Juhi, now skeptical, tells Dooha's right-hand man that Chang-ho will send Chairman Kang's body for autopsy. And her trap works, wherein he asks her whether she knew. When Juhi says that she did, he promises to take care of it and makes the call right in front of it. Juhi is left distraught at the revelation. However, it's voting day, and after waiting with bated breath for the results, Dooha wins the election by a whisker. However, Juhi doesn't seem to be too excited at the prospect. She looks rather uncomfortable celebrating with her husband. At Chang-ho's place, things are rather sad, but Miho doesn't let bad voting get to her. He, instead, tells them to look at the bright side and mentions that they still have the trial. If Dooha gets caught then he can't be mayor. Just then, Miho gets a parcel, and when she opens it, there's a burner phone inside. Juhi sent it, and it seems like she's had enough of her husband's lies. She even agrees to give her testimony about the phone. That night, as Chang-ho tucks his drunk wife in bed, everyone lets their feelings flow at the sad state of their lives. It's a sad scene to witness, especially because Miho is such a loving presence for everyone. Anyway, on Dooha's trial day, Juhi isn't there to prove that the burner phone is Dooha's. Someone else instead takes the fall for it. It turns out that Dooha knew about Juhi and probably did something to her to stop her from coming to the courtroom. Well, they strapped her to a bed in the mental hospital, and Mi Young is now torturing her. Thanks to this development, Dooha gets out of the charges scot-free. It's like Chang Ho just can't catch a break. Plus, Dooha's smirk just makes the loss even worse. The excitement of the day proves to be too much for Miho, and she falls unconscious. Sadly, after saying that they love each other in the hospital, Miho dies holding Chang Ho's hand. Later on, Chang Ho tells Dooha that he owns the diving pool he is using and confesses to him that he is Big Mouse. When Dooha starts to boast about his power and that he doesn't care about stepping on others to get what he wants, Chang Ho mentions that confession takes away the guilt that he would otherwise have felt. A confused Dooha is just about to ask him what he means when he starts to cough up blood all of a sudden. Turns out that the pool water is the radiation-contaminated underground water thanks to NK chemicals. Before leaving, Chang Ho tells him that the law was made to protect people, but Dooha thought that he was above the law. As Dooha falls into the water, dying of radiation poisoning, we learn that Chang Ho was able to end the reign of terror once and for all. Juhi was saved from the mental health facility, they recovered the money, and Jae Young's papers, and Juhi testified at the hearing as well. Plus, Ji-hoon got his company back, and a huge amount of money was sent over to different orphanages and such. It's an all-around win for Big Mouse. Chang Ho, however, only remembers his wife's words, that he should be a good Big Mouse, someone who helps others in need. And he has a lot of work that he needs to do in order to keep his wife's wishes. Thank you for watching Big Mouth.